In today's video, I'm going to be exposing my money making method that I've grinded and kept secret for over a year. Just before the video starts, if you like this type of content, don't forget to click that sub button, and let's continue on with the video. Now, if you're curious to know what this money making method is, it's basically grinding Magma Chunks. Now, if you saw the slime minion video, you're going to see a small little black spider with a little question mark. Now, that question mark is these flaming spiders right over here. But the reason why I chose these flaming spiders to represent the method is because these used to actually make money, but now they don't, which is literally the reason why my skin is a snail pet. But over time, these spiders actually stop making money and they actually make you negative money. So crafting them actually makes you lose coins if you get average loss. So there's no use in grinding money from these spiders. But getting magma chunks makes you a buttload of money. Now, of course, I gotta show proof. I am hashtag 2 in the rankings for flaming spiders, and I am hashtag 2 in pigment because yeah, and I am technically the only one that knows how to do this method at full potential. You're gonna be like, but who's top 1 then? Well, that's also me. Now, you're gonna be like, what the heck do you mean also you? Well, I told you that I've grinded this method for over a year. This profile is 10 months old, but if you look at my oldest videos, it dates back to over a year ago, which my first video is a Vanquisher compilation, and it's literally me grinding the method back in the good old days. Literally me grinding the method 1 year ago. And I've actually grinded this method in old streams of mine, and lots of people question why I was publicly grinding these spiders and stuff. Well, now you know. They make lots of cash, and this whole entire time I've been covering it up by telling people that I was grinding Vanquishers, and whenever they told me flares were better, I just acted stupid and just told them that, I don't know. But yeah, that's how it is. Now, it's time to actually get into how to grind the method. Am I even recording? Over time, the prices for these items that I'm going to be making went down in price, but it does compensate that they made spawn rates way more bigger, so they spawn way more often. So it makes it so it compensates for the lack of coins that you're going to be making after the changes and stuff. So basically what happened is that it's easier to grind them now. Over time, the prices for the items you're going to be making went down in price, but it kind of compensates with the change where they changed the spawning rates of these guys because they spawn way more quicker. Now, unlike casual players that grind in Crimson Eye, you actually want a lobby swap. Now, you're gonna be like, but spawn rates are quicker. There's no point. Bruh, every time you swap lobbies, you reset mana. By resetting mana, you are able to spam all your mana like a maniac and just continuously spam and kill these guys with a Hyperion and reset your mana and just continuously do it. Just spamming your hype as fast as possible across the whole entire area. Now, I'm gonna give you a short demonstration because this should only take you 30 seconds to clear out a lobby, technically less than 30 seconds. For this method, you're going to be wanting to use a Gdrag, which you want to use one to level up. You can level them up 2.5 times an hour, which is like, if you're making 4 mil per level, that you're making about 10 million extra coins an hour. That's up to you if you want to do it. I don't have a Gdrag to level up at the moment, but that's something to keep in mind. But instead of using a Gdrag, I'm going to be using my non-fully leveled sheep, and yeah. Alright, I'm going to be giving a quick demonstration of how to do this. So basically, let's start off from hub, and just to let you guys know, I have these NEU buttons to make it so it just warps me to those areas. So you're going to want to come to hub and then warp to the Kuudra skull. After that, you're going to want to spam your AATV, come to this area, and then you're gonna want to just basically use all your mana. So just spam, and you want to target the magma cube riders because these guys are the ones that give you the most money, and if you kill the spiders, they don't really make you any more money anymore. They used to, but not anymore. So yeah, you want to basically extend to this area where there's a bunch of these tiny lower level magma cube, and after you realize that there's like basically none anymore, warp back to hub and repeat the process. Now, I'm gonna do this very fast. Now, after it hits 20 seconds on my timer above, So as you can see, that took literally 20 seconds, and you want to repeat the process. So whenever you lobby swap, you have like a 3-second delay. You have to wait to like warp back to another area. So what I did is I have SkyTills, edit notifications, and then whenever you set it to sending to server, every time that you lobby swap anywheres, it's going to tell you to wait. And this wait notification, if you set it to 50 right here, it's going to make it so after that you see the wait notification leave, that's whenever you can warp back properly. So if I warp to Kuudra and I wait, then it leaves, I can warp back properly without any delay. Now, if I was to do it before the wait leaves, as you can see, couldn't warp you. This makes it so you have to wait an extra 2 seconds, which is downtime, so don't do that. Another problem with lobby swapping, you need to basically just stand still without moving for like 1 second whenever you lobby swap, because if you move too quickly, the game will just make it so your mana is not completely replenished and doesn't reset your mana properly. So if you're able to make it so you can lobby swap properly, you will be able to reset your mana properly as well. And then it's just to make it muscle memory, so you don't have to really pay attention to it every time you lobby swap. I'm going to be grinding this for 5 minutes to see how many magma chunks I get and how many burning eyes I get. And before you guys tell me that I'm probably going to get like a lucky amount, I usually get around 170 magma chunks in 5 minutes and about 90 flaming spider, burning spider eyes. So this is assuming that you're like going at 100% efficiency. You want to make like I'm using like full-on mono regen gear and all that stuff. Want to make sure that you have a Gauntlet of Contagion. This makes it so whenever you kill magma chunks or magma cube riders, they count for 2 kills instead of 1, which means that you're actually doubling your kills an hour by killing them this way, and it makes it so you're technically getting more Vanquishers an hour, which is really good. Actually, I'm gonna do it the technical way. I'm gonna calculate the real value instead of just basing it off of luck. I am gonna be looking at the amount of kills I get in 5 minutes. There we go, took pictures of these, and let's see how many kills I get in 5 minutes. Alright, the timer just stopped. It's been 5 minutes. I went and I was listening to some music while doing this. I kind of had to find a little bit of music to play before grinding this for 5 minutes. So let's see. So for pigment kills, I had this many. Now I have this many. So I've killed about 282 in 5 minutes. So 282. The regular chances for Magma Chunks is 25%. So divide this by 100. Wait a minute. So the chances of getting a Magma Chunk from Magma Cube Riders is a 25%, as you can see here. If you times that by looting enchant, which is a 75% bonus, it makes it so your chances of dropping it is now a 0.44, which means you have a 44% chance of getting a magma chunk from them. So if you do 282 killed divided by 100, 2.82 is 1%. 2.82 times 44, and already those magma cube riders got me 124 theoretical magma chunks in 5 minutes. Now if we look at magma cubes, 102,780. So I got a really big number for magma cubes, but I just realized I just remembered whenever you kill a magma cube rider with Gauntlet, it counts for 2 kills because it counts as a pigment and also a magma cube because it's a pigment riding a magma cube. So basically whenever you kill one of these guys, it counts for 1 pigment and 1 magma cube, meaning if I killed this many, which is 423 according to this, minus the magma cube riders I got, which means I got 141 kills from the magma cubes themselves. Now the chances of getting a magma chunk from these guys is a whopping 20%. 20% is 0.2 times that by looting 5, that is a 35% chance of dropping a magma chunk. So if I got 141 kills from magma cubes, and then you find the 1%, and then you times it by 35, so I would have got around 49 magma chunks from just the regular magma cubes alone. So if you got 45 magma chunks plus the 124 from the magma cube rider, I would have gotten around 173 magma chunks in 5 minutes, which is almost exactly what I said earlier, because I said I usually get around 170 earlier. This is very close to what I said, so as you can see, I can prove my point. For flaming spiders, I'll just tell you I'm not gonna calculate it because it doesn't make money. Let's go on to my calculator just to make it so it doesn't hurt your brain. Before I go to my calculator though, this is the main ways of making money from the method. It's gonna be crafting magma necklaces. Yay! Now basically the whole entire idea is that for crafting magma necklaces, you need a few enchanted magma creams and you turn them into magma necklaces like this, and it also costs 20 magma chunks each. Now what you do is that you put all the enchanted magma cream inside of this chest right here next to a bunch of chests, and you just grab the magma cream needed, and then you take in some magma chunks in your inventory, and then you craft them and place them all in a bunch of chests. I only recommend crafting whenever you have about 7,000 magma chunk, which for my rates I get about like 2,000 magma chunks an hour, so it should take about 4 hours, assuming that you're able to grind at my pace. So after grinding for 4 hours and you have enough magma chunks to properly combine them, you should be able to make a tier 6 and tier 5 tier 5s of a few specific magma necklaces. You want to combine monopool mono regen together, you're going to want to combine dominant speed together, and you're also going to want to combine veteran vitality. Of course, at the beginning you're going to want to combine whichever one out of those 3 god rolls are the most expensive on auction, because whenever you go through a whole entire row for monopool mono regen and you make a tier 6 of those, and then you go on to the next god roll, there's going to be less of those attributes for that god roll, so you want to prioritize the best one off the start and then go down to the second best and then go to the worst in terms of price. Of course, if you're watching this video and you already know how to do the previous stuff, I'm assuming you already know how to combine these together, and basically you just want to grab a god roll of each kind, put it in the chest somewhere, and then just combine monopools with monopools, mono regions with mono regions, and make a tier 6, and then grab the leftovers and try to make a tier 5. Now how do I calculate how much money you make off of these magma chunks? Now, as you can see, someone is selling a tier 6 right here for 62 million. So assuming that you sell it for 61 million, times it by 2 is 120 million. Assuming that the next one is going to be a tier 6, basically I'll just make this easier on you guys. Most of these usually sell tier 5 for 30 million. So yeah, like this one's a tier 5 dominant speed. So a tier 5 god roll usually goes for 30 million coin for basically every kind. Now a tier 6 is double that, so that is 60 million usually. So in total you get a tier 6 twice on the first try, so you get 120 million on the first god roll, then times it by, and then times that again by 2, because you get a tier 6 on the second god roll and the last god roll. So you get 140 million from the tier 6 at around 7,000 magma chunks. If we're talking about the tier 5s, you're gonna get about one of those, so that is like an extra million. or extra 30 million. So in total, you should get about 270 million within about, with my rates, let's see how long it would take to get. So if I get 173, there we go, 2,076 Magma Chunks in 1 hour, 7,000, which is the recommended amount to even combine them together, divided by the amount I got. It should take about 3.4 hours. So if you take the amount that you would have made for Magma Chunks and then divided by 3.4 hours, Magma Chunks should be making around 80 million coins an hour. Now this is an estimate from manually calculating it. I actually have, so as you can see here, this is like a money making method calculator that I've been working on for a while, and for some reason I kind of just threw like, I'm basically keeping track of all the money making methods there is in a game with this whole entire Google sheet. But yeah, this is the Magma Core method that I posted a few days ago. It makes like 53 million an hour now. With this though, as you can see, if I put in 173, and then these are supposed to be tier 5 prices. So yeah, if I just replace these with 32 million per for tier 5s, if they were like sold at all the same value, it gradually goes down, because this is just assuming you're making monopool mono regions first and ability veteran then dominant speed. It's calculating the decreased because yeah, it's complicated math, but yeah, so it should make around 66 million according to my calculator, which I wasn't too far off. I kind of went overboard with estimation though. So it's around 66 million from just grinding Magma Chunk. Now for snails, as you can see, if I put 93 every 5 minutes, it makes like nothing unless if you upgrade the pets with cat. So if you want to make extra money from upgrading with cat, do that. It's basically just crafting snail pets. Ignore the fact that it's saying a bunch of mushroom prices and stuff. That's just because I was too lazy to change it to my regular method. This is calculating snails, or this is calculating my method, and then this is just calculating the mushroom method. So now that we know that it makes around 66 million coins an hour from just running Magma Chunks, and then you add the 10 million from grinding with Golden Dragon, which that's what I usually use, but I stopped doing my method for a while, so I don't have a level Gdrag to level up. Now what else can you actually do to improve your rate? Now okay, so it's at 76 million. So right here I am 266 represents how many flaming spiders I could kill in 5 minutes, and then basically I'm doubling this number to represent magma cube riders because they count for 2 kills whenever you kill them, for magma cubes and magma cube riders. And then this is what I calculated when earlier. This represents how many magma cubes I killed. So I got this many kills in pretty much 5 minutes. So if I got this many kills in 5 minutes times 12, I get about 11.6 thousand kills an hour, which if I come into the Crimson Isles, my average spawning rates for Vanquishers is 367. So I've heard someone saying that Vanquisher chances might have dropped since the update, but I'm not really sure. But I do have maximum Vanquisher buff or chance buff because of E-Man 9 and everything. But basically this is how many kills I have, and if you were to divide this by 367, I could get a Vanquisher 32 times in an hour, which means you could get 96 nether stars in an hour, which 96 nether stars, assuming you're not doing this for Kuudra, if you were to do this for crafting equipment, let's head on to the calculator again. There we are. Okay, so I put 10,000 here before, but let's put it to what I got today. So if I put in this amount of kills, and then if you put in your Vanquisher buff, which just represents it makes it so it calculates your chance of getting average Vanquisher. It calculates how much money you'd be making. Okay, so I don't know why, but glowstone gauntlets, if you turn them into Vanquish, it makes a lot of money. Usually gas cloaks are the best, but I don't know why this is in the negatives. I guess it's making no coin. Usually it does not make 30 million coins an hour. Let's just say that it makes about like a reasonable extra 10 or 15 million. Let's just say extra 12 million. So that's an extra 12 million from literally just crafting Vanquish equipment. as you can see, I also have lots of nether stars. Like I have too many. I'm never gonna use this for Kuudras because I can't even spend all of them on Kuudras. Like that would take a year. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm saying you can actually turn it into money, into Vanquish equipment, because what's the point in using it for Kuudra if you have too many to even, like, you have too many, you just cannot spend them all. Like what else are you gonna do? Just insta sell them? No, just turn them into Vanquish gear. So yeah, now we've calculated my method to be around 108 million coins an hour. Sadly, my method does make less now. It used to make, like, including it used to make like 120 mil an hour without even turning the nether stars into equipment, and magma necklaces were up in price. Golden dragons used to be like 6 to 8 million coins per level. It used to make a frick ton, but it still makes a decent amount of money even till this day, and I still think of this method as a good money making method to do, though I gotta go and skyblock grind or get some skyblock levels because I am lacking. I literally have been at the same level for like 2 weeks. I need to go and do other things than grinding money. Just before I end the video, I am gonna also mention that some of the stuff like Vanquish equipment does take a little bit of time to sell. You can craft so many in an hour that it will take time to sell. So I suggest that whenever you skyblock grind for skyblock XP, you sell it on the side while you wait. And while you're doing skyblock XP grinding, just sell all the stuff you make for money. And then whenever you're done selling all the stuff, come back to money grinding and just keep on saving up that way, going back and forth between skyblock grinding for XP and also getting coins from this method if this is what you want to do. So yeah, I basically finished exposing this method, and see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys later. See ya.